years ago. And I'm so excited to share with you how you can just have a simple conversation with your clients, empower them, be their hero, but also build a side income business to go along with it. So I'm going to go ahead and share a few slides with you so I can tell you a little bit more about what we're doing. So let me ask you, I just kind of want to carry you back for just a minute, actually. So April said I joined this project 15 years ago. We were right in the middle of the Great Recession, and I started having lots of clients ask me legal questions. Do I short sell? Do I loan mod? Will my HOA allow me to rent out my home in my neighborhood? And being a real estate broker in the state of North Carolina, not having a law degree, I wasn't able to answer those questions. As their fiduciary, the Real Estate Commission says that I cannot answer those questions. So I started sending them to attorneys that I sent closing packages to. And unfortunately, I really could not find anyone that wanted to help my clients. Even though the real estate market was slowing down, these attorneys really just wanted to turn closing packages. They weren't really there to help. To be honest, I felt like I was between a rock and a hard place. Here I had built this tremendous real estate business, and my clients meant everything to me. So I really felt lost to not be able to help them. Lo and behold, a gentleman walked into my office, a retired golf professional, and shared this incredible service with me. I immediately bought it. I immediately used it. The service solved one of my problems I had coming up. And I realized that I could empower my clients sharing this amazing service with them. Fast forward 15 years, yes, the real estate market is different now. But I think you'll see that some of these questions and some of the things that we solve problems to, they're relevant in every economy and just as relevant today. So let me ask you, real estate professionals that are on this Zoom with us today, how many times have you been in a contract that you've had a client ask you a legal question and you're immediately trying to refer them to a real estate attorney to help, right? How many times do you actually have a client call you back after the contract and says, hey, we were doing some remodeling or some work on the home and we have a problem now, XYZ. And again, they're asking you for help because you're their fiduciary. How many times have you closed on a new construction home with a client? Absolutely beautiful at your walkthrough. And then 3 months later, 6 months later, a year later, the driveway cracks, there's nail pops, the HVAC unit quits working, the garage door stops working, and the builder warranty company is now ghosting your client, right? How many times do you have a client call you that they're having issues with their homeowner insurance, maybe because of a storm or a mudslide or whatever, right? Again, they're trusting you. And then how many times do you actually recommend to your clients to update their estate documents, their wills, living wills, healthcare, financial directives? It happens all the time, right? We have the solution for that, and I'm really excited to share with you a little bit about that later. But I want to talk about first the company. PPLSI, better known as Legal Shield, has been around now for over 50 years. We have a incredible reputation. Matter of fact, you can research us and see that we're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau nationwide, Forbes magazine, Bloomberg, where they're all talking about us, right? Not only are we the best legal plan in America, but we were the first legal plan in America. You can see that we're now servicing over 4.5 million lives across the US and Canada. In this picture, you're seeing our beautiful home office right in the heart of Ada, Oklahoma, with the absolute best customer service teams and close to 1,000 customer service representatives and staff that assist us. Our vision at Legal Shield is to simply provide equal access to liberty, equality, opportunity, and justice. What makes us special is that your clients are not having to check their pocketbook first before they're actually getting help and service. And even though the real estate market is still kind of booming at the moment, that wasn't the case 15 years ago. Attorneys were really expensive. Stock market crashed, real estate market crashed, and my clients didn't have $500 or $600 an hour to reach out to top law firm. But now, because of our services with Legal Shield, they had access and we were able to help right away. So, how does all of this work? Well, first of all, Legal Shield has the best law firms throughout the country. Every state has at least one provider law firm that answers an 800 number. Whether you dial that directly, you connect through the phone app, or you actually schedule a consult directly through the phone app. We pay those law firms over $100 million a year. So not only are you, but your clients also are working with the best attorneys. What I love about this service, especially for the real estate market and the real estate business, is that time is usually of the essence. If you have a contract that is starting to fall apart, or your clients have questions whether or not, hey, what's my legal rights in this situation? Can I back out? Or should I negotiate further? Do I have that right? Your clients are actually able to call in and seek that personal legal advice from attorneys and not paralegals. Our law firms will also review contracts and documents up to 25 pages at a time, all included for that low monthly cost of $38 a month. What I love about this is the instant your clients are asking, what's my rights? What are my options? They're able to call that law firm, get that document over, and have it reviewed to actually have an attorney recommend what the rights and options are. Next, our attorneys will write letters and make phone calls on your behalf. Think about your clients that are having issues with the builder warranty. Do you think having a law firm to actually send a letter or make a phone call on their behalf might get that builder in gear to actually go over there and fix the problem? Absolutely. What if you are in a contract where you have a seller getting cold feet and now the buyer is locked into the contract and wants to close and is ready, willing, and able, which means that you would get a commission? Do you think having a letter or phone call made on behalf of the buyer would actually potentially help that deal? Absolutely. These services are all included. The plan also includes online notarization up to 5 a year at no additional cost. We talked about estate documents. Every client you have, both buyer and seller, need to update those documents at closing. You're able to save your clients $1,500, $2,000 immediately so that they can update those documents. That's going to give your clients a ton of peace of mind. Think about all those buyers when they're closing. Do you think they're going to sit down and spend that $1,500, $2,000 to get their wills done? Probably not. But with this service, they will. They will remember you for it. They will thank you for it. The plan also includes traffic ticket assistance and civil trial defense. Think about your buyers that move into a homeowner association, and now all of a sudden there's someone on that board that's, being pesky about the bushes or the boat that's being parked in the driveway or whatever, and they're now threatening to sue them, right? What about your sellers? Every time a lockbox goes on the front door, think about the liability that your seller is now under. Someone slips and falls coming up the front door. They fall through the attic when they're trying to do their own inspection. They slip and fall at the pool in the back, right? I've seen it all in this business, okay? Having civil trial defense coverage is going to give your sellers major peace of mind, okay? Not to mention your buyers as well, just because anything can happen at any moment. The plan also includes tax audit assistance. So, while we're talking about sellers, think about right now the kind of real estate market we're in. Sellers now are maxing out capital gains and are actually having to pay income taxes on those gains. That didn't happen 10, 15 years ago. It is happening now. What if your sellers get audited? They're going to be so glad that they've got this plan in place and they've got tax attorneys that are going to represent them through that audit. The plan also includes 24/7 emergency protection. So again, if you or your client has an emergency, even after hours, evenings, weekends, holidays, you've got access to our law firms to get the help that you need. The plan also includes family domestic services for uncontested divorce, name change, adoption, you name it. And again, anything that we haven't talked about falls underneath our discounted rates. So your clients are never having to pay full price. There's a couple add-ons I want to point out to you, especially with you being a real estate broker, right? So important as an agent or broker to have our home business supplement, which is just an additional $30 a month, which is going to cover revenue streams. So not only will it cover your real estate business, but you may also own rental property as well. This is going to allow for you to access your law firm to get the legal advice and the document review and the phone calls and letters and the IRS audit protection for your business the same way that we protect you personally. We also have additional add-ons like our gun owner plans, our ride share, and our additional trial defense plans. Again, all extremely affordable at just $38 a month plus the cost of the add-on. Let's talk about ID Shield. So years ago, I think our clients didn't quite understand identity theft. Now, with all the data breaches that occur on a daily basis, I think everyone understands that they need identity theft protection. And this is the most comprehensive plan available. We win awards year after year after year. Matter of fact, we just received another huge cybersecurity award. Forbes magazine is always talking about our ID Shield. What I love about this plan is that it's more than credit monitoring. It includes courthouse record monitoring, dark web, chat rooms, payday loans, anywhere your social security number is pinging, it's going to alert you and actually include full restoration on that. Matter of fact, I had a client just a few months ago that someone had rented 5 apartments in his social security number in Phoenix, Arizona. Come to find out it was the drug cartel. So you can imagine when they jump ship 5 apartments at $2,000 a pop, man, that's going to be horrible coming back. That could be absolutely catastrophic on his identity. But I want you to think about this as well. This is going to protect your clients' identities, not only before, during, and after the transaction, but it's going to allow for you to be a lot more proactive. If you've closed a lot of real estate business, I'm sure that you've been before the closing table a couple days before, and the bank is rerunning credit, and boom, something pops up. What's awesome about this plan is because it has comprehensive monitoring, okay? It's going to show everything. So your buyer is able to contact their fraud investigator at ID Shield, and this plan includes complete restoration. So we're able not only to run the whole gamut, but we're able to clear their records on that and carry them back to pre-identity theft status. And even if it's not identity theft, they're able, with ID Shield and Legal Shield working together, they're still able to get to the bottom of it, be proactive, and get that situation worked out so it does not hinder closing. Since we're in a real estate market right now where inventory is extremely low, the last thing that you want to do is lose a deal because something has popped up later, right at closing, that can't really be taken care of in a timely manner. Your sellers are going to want the service as well because the same thing. They understand identity theft. They know their names through a transaction. Anything can happen. Things at the courthouse, things like that. So it's an amazing service. What I love about it, again, is it is extremely affordable. Individuals, $20 a month. A family, including dependent children, is only $35 a month. You're also going to see that the plan includes, with that full service restoration, $3 million protection policy as well. So really awesome stuff there. Also want to mention our business plans really quickly, because if you're incorporated and you have a team of agents with you, you're going to want to take a look at this plan, and you're going to want to consider this plan for any clients you have that are business owners. We have a $49 plan, a $99 plan, and a $169 plan. The $169 plan is my absolute favorite. I want you to think about this for just a minute. Can you get 1 hour with attorney for $169? Heck no. This plan actually gives you entire 30 days with their law firms. So you're able to actually include up to 5 users on this plan, which works out brilliantly for your marketing teams. It also allows for you to get unlimited advice and consultation, letters and phone calls on your behalf, document review up to 40 a year. So again, you have a transaction that's going south and you want legal advice on that transaction, you're now able to do that. You're also able to get collection letters. So for example, someone owes you money, maybe you've got a rental property included in that corporation, things like that. but it's also going to allow for you trademark and copyright one per year. So you've got intellectual property, you've got websites, you've got social media, you've got logos. This is going to save you a ton of money. That employee handbook drafting, $500 flat fee per year. If you've got teams of buyers agents and sellers agents, you are going to want this. You're going to want to protect your business. And then, of course, you've also got custom contract drafting of only $250 up to 25 pages. IRS audit services. But look down below in the purple, you can add 100 hours of trial defense for just another $15 a month. And again, complete tax write-off for you and your business as well. So how awesome is that? Legal Shield also offers a tremendous member perks program. Our average member right now is saving over $2,000 a year. Matter of fact, there's all kinds of discounts. They rotate in and out. But what I love about this service is they can't spam you. They can't sell your information. Matter of fact, I got a car battery, went to Advanced Auto, saved $50. I got some concert tickets last summer, saved $200 on fees there. So amazing stuff. And you're able to access your member perks right through your Legal Shield phone app. Now, let's talk about joining our mission and earning a commission. I'm assuming by now you understand that it just makes sense to offer this service to your clients. So, how do you get paid? Well, first of all, when you personally enroll a member, you're going to get paid. Very similar to when you sell a house, you're getting paid. Same thing, is called direct sales. But number two, you're also able to earn leveraged income, which is very similar to you building your real estate business and bringing on board additional agents, buyers agents, sellers agents on your team. Guess what? They go sell a house, you're going to get a piece of the pie. Same way here. You share this business, you recruit, bring on board additional real estate professionals that see the need for this service. And guess what? You're going to make a piece of that pie as well. So you're getting leveraged income. But number three is exactly why I get excited about this business every single day, and that is the residual income. You see, the real estate business, yes, I love it. It's awesome. But guess what? It requires for me to do the same thing over and over and over and over and over for the rest of my life, right? That's why you see real estate professionals that are in this business for 30, 40, 50, 60 years. They don't have an exit strategy. Residual income is royalty income. And you think about that for just a minute. You know, every time an Elvis Presley song plays on the radio, guess what? Someone is earning a royalty off of that. It works the same way in this business. You share Legal Shield, they buy it one time, they love it. They're going to keep it for a really long time, if not for life. And you're going to continue to get paid year after year after year. And then last but not least, Legal Shield offers all kinds of bonuses and incentives. There's absolutely no sales quota. It's completely up to you how much you want to grow and build your business, how much production you want to do. So let's talk about the commissions really quickly. I want you to look at this very similar to when you came into the real estate business. You know, when you're learning, you're starting off, your commission is not quite as generous as what it is once you become a veteran. It's the same way here, but you're able to move up the ladder really quickly. If you take a look at the associate level, you're going to see that you make $80 every time that you sell a Legal Shield plan with our ID Shield family plan. But you'll also see that once you sell 5 of those plans, you're going to make about $400. You're going to get promoted up to senior associate. So you'll already be getting your first promotion and making more money. Now you're making $100 per sale. But if you do this in the first 20 days, Legal Shield's actually going to pay you a $200 bonus on that. So you'll actually collect $600. As a senior associate, if you're able to share this business with 3 other professionals, they come on board, they do the same thing that you just did. Now you're going to move up to that manager level. And if you do that within your first 45 days, not only are you going to be making the $132 per sale, but you're going to get a $500 bonus. Okay. You're also going to see on the right-hand side, you're going to be in team override position. So from the associate to the senior associate side, you're making $20 per sale from your team. From the senior associate to manager, you're actually going to be making about $52 for anyone that comes on board at that associate level. Now, not to confuse you with all this, but I do want to share something with you. When I came on board with this business, I immediately knew that not only did every client I have need this service, but all those real estate professionals that I did business with also should probably offer it to their clients as well. So I shared this with 15 other professionals, and I went from associate to senior director, I'm sorry, associate to director in my first 8 days. My first 8 days in the business, I went from associate to director level. So I got a huge promotion of now making $246 per sale. Director level is our highest permanent position. Once you make the rank, you're absolutely there. So I realized really quickly that now I'm making $246 a sale. I sell 10 sales a month. That's an extra $2,400 going in my bank account, completely separate, right, from what I'm earning in my real estate business. It also puts me in tremendous override position. So now I share this business with a new real estate professional. They come on board, they're an associate. I'm now making $166 per sale that they make. They make 10 sales, I'm making roughly $1,600. But what if I share this business with 10 other real estate professionals, right? That those teams all do say about 10 sales a month. I'm now earning $16,000 in override income, even with brand new teams. Do you hear what I'm saying, right? Once your team is doing about 25 sales a month, you're going to automatically move to that senior director level the following month, earning that additional income. You're now making $331. If you do 10 sales a month, okay, that's an extra $3,300 going in your bank account. But look at that override position. It's going to put you in over $251 every time you share that with someone new, right? Huge override position. Again, you've got 10 teams doing about 10 sales each. We're keeping it super simple on the math. We're not saying anyone's got any superstars or rock stars. We're just keeping it simple. But that could be an extra $25,000 in your bank account monthly just in team overrides. I hope that's getting you excited because this is additional income outside of what's going on in the real estate business. Once your team is doing about 50 sales a month, you're going to move to executive director level and you're going to make an extra $416 per sale. You make 10 sales a month, that's an extra $4,100 going into your bank account. We're now talking an extra 50 grand a year just by you having a couple minute conversations that I'm going to teach you here in just a little bit. But look at that team override position of $336. Again, you've got teams, 10 teams, 10 sales each. That's an extra $33,000 a month, over $400,000 a year that could potentially be coming into your bank account. Also, keep in mind that that residual income is going to kick in on the 13th month, and you're going to continue to earn anywhere from 20% to 10% on those residuals, which is amazing. Let's take a look at those business plans because not only are you going to share this with real estate professionals, they're going to be incorporated and they're probably going to want this business pro plan with that trial defense just like you have. Take a look at those commissions. As a brand new associate, you're making almost $200 all the way up to executive director of $1,048. Look at that team override. Again, anywhere from $56 all the way up to $849 in team override. And that residual income is paid out the very same way as well. Performance Club, I said a little bit earlier, gave you a little bit of a hint that I received additional incentives last year outside of those bonuses. Last year, Legal Shield sent my husband and I to, we're over with our friends in Montego Bay, Jamaica, where Legal Shield sent, I think, 500 of us. So it was absolutely amazing. Our next trip is Riviera Maya. Definitely get with the person that invited you to this so you know exactly how to do this. But on average, our Performance Club pays out an additional bonus anywhere from $200 to $500. I receive a bonus every 8th of the month. And for me, it's like having rental property without a tenant, without a mortgage, without a headache. So I absolutely love getting my Performance Club bonus checks. So you might as well own your business, right? I'm going to share with you a little bit later how to actually implement this. If you want to stay on the Zoom for another, say, 7-10 minutes, I'll go over that with you. But what I loved about this business immediately in realizing I could offer it to my clients is that I didn't have to do anything different. I could have a 2 or 3 minute conversation with my clients. I could work from anywhere. I didn't have a territory. I didn't have a quota. But look at this. There is a willable book of business. You can will this business down 4 generations. Training classes are all provided, all included in your one-time fee of only $49. We're also going to align you with a personal mentor so you know exactly what to do. And here's the best part. Your overhead is basically $25 a month, which is our Legal Shield Advantage program that runs our phone app, runs your website. So you're able to input an app, send over a video, any of that, and you're able to go ahead and make sales and do business. That was something that really got me excited about this business because I spent almost $100,000 just opening my own real estate firm, right? When I became a real estate agent just from the get-go, I think I had over $5,000 invested on that. At $49 one-time fee, and your only overhead is about $25 a month. As long as you have a legal shield plan in place, you keep it in place, all of this applies to you. No quota, no territory. Absolutely amazing. So number one, become a member. Get your service, use it, get your wills done, get questions answered, see how awesome our provider law firms are, how awesome our ID Shield service is. Become an associate, get trained, get paid. So do me a huge favor, circle up with the person that invited you, get any questions answered. Go ahead and get your membership. Go ahead and come on board with us. We'll go ahead and get you trained so you can actually go ahead and get started. And the next day, sharing the service with your amazing clients and go ahead and empower them. Thank you again for joining us on this gorgeous Saturday afternoon. We appreciate you so much, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a blessed day.